So in this third video about FLASK, this this module to create sites your blog with Python, let's start again and create again an environment for FLASK. So go in your hard drive, go into a folder like, for example, venv here, and then open the command line and go into the folder where you want to create your virtual environment. Let's say that it is this. So let's go to on my H drive. Let's see the folder where I want to create my virtual environment, and let's do py. Let's put the version that I want to use about Python, that is a version 3.7. If I got more version, it could be useful to do this way. Then I'm gonna to do venv and then create the folder where I want to create my project, my FLASK project. So let's call it FLASK. Let's call it just FLASK, and you see here a folder has been created. Now in this folder we will have all these files here, and in the script file you will have Python, the Python basic stuff, with also your activate file to use this environment as your default environment for the Flash project, so that you now, if you go pip list, you will find which modules are inside your environment. This is a lot of modules because I'm not in the virtual environment yet. This is all the modules that I use for my default Python environment, let's say. So let's go into the activate our environment for FLASK. So we are in cvenv, and let's go into the FLASK directory, and in the FLASK directory we have scripts, and now let's activate our script. You see in parentheses we get FLASK. So now we are in the environment, and let's do pip list, and now you can see that I have pip and setup tools, only 2 modules. I got also here, there is a new version of pip to install. Let's install it, and let's do py, and with the version 3.7, because I have a newer version that is a beta version, so I have to specify which one I want to use. I want to use the 3.7 version. Then I do -m pip install upgrade pip, and it should upgrade my pip installation. Now already up to date. Okay, and now I'm gonna pip install FLASK. Yeah, I'm gonna pip install FLASK, and I think I've installed in my virtual env for FLASK. So let's do pip list, and you see that I got FLASK and it's dangerous, etc. And these are all things that are good for this. So now, okay, I understand now why I shouldn't specify this, because I am in the virtual environment, so I am in another kind of Python. Okay, now let me upgrade pip. It's not necessary, but it's useful. Okay, now I'm installing a new version of pip into my Python virtual environment for FLASK, and here we are. Now let's go back into our FLASK environment, and if you go here, you see we are here with this directory lib, include, and scripts. Now I want to create a new folder where we want to put our site, and let's call it just site. Okay, so we have this folder here. Now let's go into this folder, see this site, and let's open our Visual Studio Code from this folder using the code space and dot. Now here we are in our site folder. Now let's close this welcome here thing here. Now what we have to do is to go into the Ctrl Shift and P and go and select the interpreter for Python, and let's see if there is our in the virtual environment. I have two installation here, but there is not the one I'm looking for, so in my virtual environment. So let's go in File and Preferences and Settings, and let's write venv here, and here it is. I got here another virtual env that I don't want. Let's go in venv slash, I think let's go here and venv flask, and then scripts, and then I think this is Python. Okay, now that we've done this, we should be able to go in Ctrl Shift P and do interpreter. Okay, Python interp select, and here it is, our Python exe file into the script of our FLASK environment. I'm gonna choose this, and you're gonna find it here, 3.7.0. So there is also this VS Code that is automatically created with our Python exe file to run our code. Now let's create inside of this site another file that is called also, let's call it index.py, and in this index.py we are going to from FLASK import FLASK, from FLASK import FLASK with a capital letter the second time. And so now we are going to create this instance of app FLASK with name, and this is the name of the application package, and it will be useful to let FLASK know where to start. So now we are going to create our first page that will use app.root to make FLASK know where to start. This means that is the main roots here, so the index page, right? And let's do define hello with a return or some HTML code like h1 hi, welcome to my site. We could also make something like more nice. Let's use a variable here, HTML, by the way, and let's use a multi-line so that it resembles a real code for HTML. And let's put here p paragraph slash paragraph and a equal href. Let's put a link here that is something like info, with the info that will appear, and then we should return HTML, right? So now we are going to create another page with app.root slash info def info that will return just hello, this is the info page. Then let's go into the terminal. Here it is, our terminal is here. Let's go set flask app equal to index.py. Let's set flask env equal development, and that let's flask run. Now click on this link with control. Here is my site. Welcome to my site, and go to the info, and it doesn't found the info file because I haven't saved this. Let's go back to this one. There is an error in the code. I forget an E here. Let's save it again. Go here, and here it is. Hello, this is the info page. And if you go back to the home page, is this, click on the info, and here is hello, this is the info page. And that's all for today. Very simple, the most simple way to show something on your server site. So then in the next time we'll do something more complicated.